gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So UFC gifts Rhea Ripley a gift box at UFC 314. She was there cheering for, with Buddy Matthews, cheering for Alex Volkanovski, who recaptured his 145-pound featherweight crown.
For me? Yeah. Stop. Thank you. I'm like scared but excited. Oh, I know who's gonna love this. So my husband just bought a whole bunch of UFC trading cards because I went on a little bit of a Labubu kick, which is like this fluffy animal thing.
And they're not like Buddy Matthews, AEW star. That's man. And obviously, like, you know, UFC knows, or I wonder if they're told, hey, pal, I mean, Vince disguising his voice, don't let that Buddy Matthews on.
He's like, I wanna get something too. So he got a whole bunch of UFC cards, and now he's got more to open. Oh, damn, it's got the number one and everything. Love it. It's my colors too.
And they didn't botch Miami with Mommy. Like, it was in Miami just before the chat freaks out.
Black and white, a little bit of
Look
yellow.
at her drip, though. Look at her watch, man. That thing's blank.
AKA gold. Mommy's colors. I know this is
just some basic merch and some trading cards or whatever.
Get stolen. That's sick. Thanks, UFC.
They have a ring girl like shooting those into the crowd from a cannon, from a shirt cannon or whatever. Here's Rhea Ripley some more at the UFC event. Let's check this out.
I'm here to support the Aussie boy himself, Volkanovski. And in 7 days, both Aussies are going to have their championships back. Tonight, Volk at UFC 314 and me, Rhea Ripley, at WrestleMania 41. Let's go, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! I'm here.
She's wearing all the gold, man. And her watch is so nice. Here's the thing. Volk recaptured his title. We have the reaction. He put hands on Lopez, but they were going back and forth, man. It was an incredible fight if you guys didn't see it. Here's Rhea, Mommy in the crowd having a fun-ass time. Here's Dana White. We'll circle back to that. Here's Mommy, rather, and Buddy Matthews waiting for the decision to be called out before they get the out of there. So they're super excited, but they bail out. They bailed out through the tunnel, like right after probably just to get backstage and like celebrate with them, to congratulate Volk, to be honest. But and they're wearing matching camo and they have a shake and shit. That's how you know they're besties and they're in love. You know what I'm saying? They dap it up. Then they just walk out. We're out of here. In our business, when you do read the finish, you get the out. So Dana White just listen, this is what he says about ESPN and everything, okay, and Netflix and all that, and it ties in because yes, we're getting UFC on Netflix as well. I guarantee it.
I believe the ESPN negotiation window ends Tuesday, right?
Right.
So just curious, as we go into that, and you're like surveying the options and anything, like what kind of mindset are you taking into that, and like how to level up the product, right? Because that's always been the case with every new TV deal. Is it more events, less events, different types of things? Is there any insights you can share?
No, it's a great question. I mean, when the window opens, we'll obviously start, talking to lots of different people, and we'll see what the options are out there. We've said this every time. There could be a time when we end up on several different networks, like sports, like all other sports do.
You hear that? So it could be like Netflix buys 5 huge fights. They want 5 big ones in an arena, pal. And then maybe ESPN just gets the fight nights that are out of the Apex and shit. And maybe Peacock gets the, I'm just throwing that out there based on what he's saying. And then I listened to Ilya Topuria. Sorry, not to bore you guys with the MMA shit if you're not into that, but I promise we'll circle it back to wrestling. Ilya Topuria was on Joe Rogan as well. And he was sort of talking about like, He was sort of stooging shit. He's like, yeah, I think Netflix is they want like a big Europe fight with like 80,000 people on, in prime time on Netflix and stuff like that. Speaking of prime time, pal. So I don't know. We don't need to listen to the whole clip, but interesting to say the least. And I think you're foolish, especially with him just saying that. I don't know. We might end up on a bunch of different shit. Right there, you're foolish to think they're not going to, pull what WWE's doing to an extent with some shows on Peacock still, and then some shit. Like, they don't have a weekly show. Maybe Dana White's looking for a fight or something. So Sebastian Wolf Pro says, man, I don't care if you've main evented Mania before. If you walk out of a match mid-match, you should maybe think about finding something else to do, because I don't think this wrestling thing is for you anymore. Whack-ass egos like that ruin this thing for everyone. Now, I don't know who he was talking about, but I bookmarked it hoping someone said Hammer. No shots fired at Gail Kim. It's like, what? Everyone's just throwing name Austin Aries again. What did he do? He's on commentary, I thought. So, and Austin Aries never main evented a Mania. So Hulk Hogan was there, dude. I walked out. That stinky giant. I walked out mid-match, brother. So MLW, man, Hammerstone he's back and jacked, and he's back in MLW. Now that MLW is doing good business, and they're not completely people with contracts and shit, and they sued WWE and they settled or whatever they did, and I'm not a legal guy, right? I'm no paralegal, pal. But they got their 20 million, and then they're just investing, and they're making good moves, and they're growing, and seemingly at least, and they're bringing talent in, and then they bring Hammerstone back. Like, his time with TNA went up. We saw him once in NXT. NXT didn't want him. The main roster don't want him to just like be in a heel faction with the Miz, like him and the Miz and like someone else or something, like just a fresh group of like 3 dudes, kind of legacy-ish or evolution-ish or something. Crazy to me. He just went to MLW. He's back with them. They made him this, and I love Hammerstone, but this shirt, like, I don't know. I like basic stuff, black and white and shit like that, but it's like real basic. That's like so I love Hammerstone, but goddamn, kid, I think he's just in MLW again for a while. So unfortunate. Joey Janela, for the first time ever, the senior scramble. So the Warlord, age 62, Mike Jackson, age 75, Chimone, Tommy Rich, age 68, George South, age 62, Ricky Morton, who somehow worked his way into getting like an old picture of himself here, age 68, Doug Gilbert, age 56. And they're all wrestling in this match, the senior scramble that Joey booked him in, man. So here is Himawari Nakajima she finds out that the 619 isn't as easy as it may seem. So I don't know if she did this purposefully. I watched this a couple times and I was like, she might just be joking, because like they'll break out in full-on dance routines and shit in Japan in these Joshi feds. So I don't know if this was her joking around or if this is a shoot, but by God, she's gonna get an AEW contract in no time. Like, is it a shtick where she's learning how to do the move or something? Watch that again. Jesus. People were roasting it. I think she was just around, so it deserves to be roasted either way, whether it's a botch or not. So Jeff Cobb, he leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling, and we covered Jeff Cobb on the show, and I talked about how, well, they just gave him a tag strap, and he's taking shots like, hey, the dirt sheets are wrong. No, he's out the door, man. And he was about to challenge the world champ, or he just did or whatever. The rumors are we're going to cover Dave Meltzer. Well, I guess crying about it. I mean, for whatever reason, that makes no sense at all. He chose WWE. And people are mad at WWE like, they're making people give up their belts to. It's like, listen, man, Omos can't lose to anybody in Noah. Ricky can't miss his opportunity ever again because God forbid, man, he misses the boat on NXT or WWE after what happened to him in AEW. And Jeff Cobb's 42, so he needs to get out of there too, man. And it's not Jeff Cobb's fault that New Japan knew he was dipping out and they're putting him in world title matches and giving him the tag straps, trying to incentivize him to stay around. That's some Tony Khan shit. Okay, that's not going to make people stay around, giving him the tag belt for the 100th time. He's 42, bro. Okay, he needs that money match. They need heels on the main roster in WWE. Also, Naito's left, and we'll talk about that in just a grip here. Naito is one of the last draws. Like, he's like the last true, marketably, you can look at it and go, Naito draws for New Japan, and he's gonzo. And then people are shitting on him, too. We're going to cover that in a bit, where, of course, they're shitting on him just because some people are like, he might go to WWE, do you think? And people are like, he's broken down and trash. And it's like, well, he doesn't have to wrestle even, you know? And they're like, he detests Japanese people. We'll cover it. It's so silly. But, yeah, Naito's out of there, too. Jeff Cobb, I'm a fan of him. If you're like a New Japan mark, he's definitely a standout guy. He's wrestled in Ring of Honor. He's wrestled all over the place, really. And yeah, it's his time now to go to WWE. He's like 42. He's going to jump at that opportunity. You can't miss that. They're doing record business. Maybe he can get over. And it seems like Triple H and them have really eyed up these Lucha Underground talents too, but provided a shitload of people went through Lucha Underground, like legit people, you know? So yeah, I think they're just going to present him like as he is, come as you are, you know, because he's a shoot wrestler who'll stretch you, you know? So shout out Jeff Cobb, man. We need heels. Here's this bro in the Katy Perry music video for Dark Horse, and someone discovered that this guy was wearing a John Cena replica title. If you guys can see that, man, this Egyptian pharaoh dude's wearing a John Cena replica belt, which that's hilarious that's in like a prop department, you know? I don't think I've seen a Bret Hart impression a day in my life until a few minutes ago when I saw this. So this guy here knocks it out of the park with this Bret Hart impression. I hope, or you make the list. No, I'm just kidding, but we'll judge together whether or not this gentleman here kills it.
Well, I think that Coke is better than Pepsi. Coke's got a lot more flavor to it.
Yeah, kills it. Just the Canadianness of it. It's so Bret Hart, right? When he just starts talking about Coke and Pepsi, but
well, I think that Coke is better than Pepsi. Coke's got a lot more flavor to it, and I occasionally have one. And you know how I know Coke is better than Pepsi is because Bill Goldberg drinks Pepsi, and he's the one who kicked me in the head and cost me millions of dollars.
Yes.
Bill Goldberg is the absolute lousiest wrestler that I've ever seen in my life. Well, I think that Coke is...
Yeah, that's money right there, chat. That is money. Shout that guy out. So after 3 years, New Japan World aired its final broadcast of AEW with Japanese commentary. The English language version of AEW will continue to be distributed on New Japan World, but it will no longer be available with Japanese commentary and subtitles. And this girl's face here says it all. And then look, they even have a masked guy, right? And it's like, listen, man, I told you guys this. No one covered this shit, okay? They got outdrawn AEW Super Show with New Japan the night before a show with just New Japan guys. The just New Japan guys show outdrew the AEW one, or vice versa. One, it doesn't matter which order. Like the New Japan guys that they see all the time in Japan outdrew when those same guys mixed it up with Kenny Omega and AEW and shit. Jack Perry and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now they're not even going to bother. That means such a well, what are the max numbers? The Japanese demographic is key, Brian. Not enough people are watching it. Not enough Japanese folks are even watching AEW to want the Japanese commentary. New Japan World's like, why are we paying to do this? That in and of itself is just a giant L. Yeah, here we go. Odyssey Jones, just Odyssey, though. He will be at WrestleCon. Jeff Cobb says, wow, overwhelmed by the messages and support and hate. It's very much appreciated, so I just wanted to clear up any rumors and innuendos. Yes, it is, in fact, 100% true that Monster Matanza Cueto from Lucha Underground fame was, in fact, watching my matches from his cell and stealing them to use on the El Rey network. But don't worry, I have contacted a wonderful lawyer in Stephen P. New, dude. Call Stephen P. New if you need to sue to rectify the situation. Thank you for the support in these trying times. So yeah, he's just leaning into it. He's having fun. You know, he's cult of meat with extra cheese, obviously. So Sabu's final match, Joey Janela's going to wrestle Sabu. Even AEW wouldn't put this man on television. God damn it. So just announced, though, Tetsuya Naito and New Japan Pro Wrestling have mutually agreed that Naito's contract won't be renewed. He will make all of his scheduled appearances ending May 4. Bushi and New Japan have come to terms on his departure per Bushi's request. He will also make all scheduled appearances ending May 4. So ultimately, yeah, I don't think this is him like, I'm going to go to WWE. And I wouldn't be shocked if he just went and got like a Tony Khan bag from AEW. But, yeah, people are just shitting on him, though, now. They're just like, oh, he's had 3 eye surgeries, and he has no knees, and he detests Japanese wrestlers going to America and all this shit. And it's like, okay, shut up, you marks. Like, he could go work as a coach. He could just get inducted like Muda or something. But, yeah, they posted this statement here if you guys want to check that out. You guys can just pause that or whatever and read it if you'd like. But they just basically say it was a mutual separation or whatever. Speaking of Bret Hart, right? His banner will forever be in the Calgary Saddle Dome, buds. And yeah, they hang the pink and black attack here in Calgary in the Saddle Dome. So here we go. Let's check this out. There's no volume on this one, I guess. I'm not getting volume either, but here they're hanging the banner. Hey, the family's crying in that. So yeah, long live Bret Hart, one of the GOATs. Satoshi Kojima has a benign tumor removed from his head. So a benign meaning like it's benign, it's menial. Or is that the right word? Trivial is not the right word because it's a tumor, but it's benign. It's like it wasn't anything. It wasn't like cancerous or anything, but like you don't want that shit there, you know? So it's good he got rid of that. Shout out Kojima, still doing the damn thing. Saraya will be at WrestleCon as well. I made a joke. So this is the match in GCW. There's like 40 people in this match, and it's called or whatever. And I made the joke. I was like, holy shit, I think I'm booked in this thing. But yeah, there's lots of people in this thing. Like, I don't know, dude. Paul London, Megan Bain, you know, Tremont, Masha Slamovich, the Invisible Man. So they're going to do Invisible Man spots. Zeta Steel, who's WWE ID'd, is going to do Invisible Man spots. The Warlord. Yeah, just a bunch. Cheeseburger. This guy posts, I don't go to Chili's to play around. I go to Chili's to be better than everyone else. Now, me, dude, I've been eating so clean. I'm going to crush a bunch of food like that Mania weekend here. Legit. And possibly even have a margarita. And then Mance Warner goes, after this week is done, this is where I will break bread. Thank you, Chili's. And then even Jacob Fatu responded and was like, bro, we're going to link up again. You know, I don't think I bookmarked it, but he's like, dude, we're going to link up again. Like, we'll be in town together. We'll hit it together. And then Warner's like, yeah, brothers back together again or whatever. And then Chili's responds and goes, we'll be delighted to welcome you. Best of luck versus Kenta. And then Blue Meanie says, after I go to Chili's, they are simply known as Chili. And go and check it out. Samantha the Bomb. Go and subscribe. Check her out. Give the music video a like. So she jumps out of bed, then she's like making coffee with the thickness.
And babe, it ain't no surprise, because a man like you is just my type. Lighting me insane.
So watch the dancing, no music. It's like, you know, she's just showing off with the thickness, right? And it's just some love-making tunes, you know, that's all it is.
Oh, it that, get it. Sure they wanna feel it, sure they won't believe. Shorty won't believe it. Shorty wanna get it. Shorty wanna get back.
So the best part though is this, man. Check this shit out, man. Check this shit out. And she blocked me on X too. We should be friends, man. We're flute players, bro. What's going on? She's trying to show off every talent in one thing when she was already good at the thing. Oh God. She's like, let's see Beyonce do this while she's dancing. Next thing, Ron Burgundy slides out from underneath the couch. Oh, and then she twerks the thing. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at it, but it's like, damn, she had to throw that in there. Like, she threw everything. Look, I got the thickness, I got the twerking, I got the acting, I got the flute playing, I got the dancing, I can sing. It's like, yo, this ain't a resume, you know?
So exciting when you
And I'm not hating on it, man. Like, she's super talented, right? But yeah, that flute solo, I mean, we're going to have to definitely put that in my next video. We're going to have to get her dancing with the flutes. Has to become a GIF or a meme or something, guys. Someone on X, please clip that up. So over in TNA news, Joe Hendry will throw out the ceremonial first pitch at Aviators LV game on Tuesday, April 15, ahead of TNA Unbreakable later in the week, along with his appearance at WrestleMania World. So shout out Joe Hendry. This happened a while back, so that's how long this news has been sitting in here. But yeah, Jakar Jackson versus Danny Luna went down already. So earlier this year, this is according to Fightful Gossip, who knows if it's true or not, but earlier this year, there was an idea to have Joe Hendry appear on Raw. Ariel Schnerner didn't agree with the creativity, which likely would have seen Hendry taking a loss. One of the ideas was that it would be a catalyst for a feud with The Miz. Now, TNA does talk to like Fightful a bunch, bro, as far as like they have legit sources because they don't care if their news is out there. Like it doesn't really anything up. Like, you know, they've just accepted the position that they are in the pecking order of things, and it's only benefited them, right? And so I said it too, like if this is true, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt here. I said it like you can't really do Hendry, especially when he has the title like in a match on the main roster against randomly The Miz or Orton or anything, because then he has to lose. And then what does that say? Like Orton's got to show up and go, hey, I want the world title. Now Hendry's been saying, I want John Cena and I'm going to manifest that. With Cena on a heel run, I mean, that could be crazy if he like beat the TNA world champion when he's world champion or something. I mean, that could go pretty hard body maybe for heat, but what does that do for Hendry? And, you know, you have to understand like WWE's looking at him like, oh, we want him and we're getting him. And TNA's like, well, we got to protect him too. And WWE's like, we can't have him, you know, we're not going to push him to the moon right away. But even us, like, we don't want to just show him only losing to our tippy top guys, you know, because like he gets these pops and shit at the Rumble and everything. So I don't know. It's like a weird predicament to be in, but either way, Joe Hendry will thrive. I believe in Joe Hendry. There were at least 3 unannounced international signings under contract with TNA. They are looking to bolster its roster with fresh global talent. Okay, well, where's that one girl you signed last year or the year before and you haven't done shit with the pink hair or whatever? She was an international signing. You guys didn't do anything with her. So hopefully TNA gets their shit together, pal. And that, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for light news tonight, ladies and gentlemen.